Hey there, hello and welcome to the Mindfulness Cafe. I'm Dave Evans. I'm the director and founder of the Mindfulness Cafe. And this particular session is one of the sessions that's on our kind of ad hoc playlist. So in between series, we have a little break between series. Often that's coinciding with school holidays and people not being able to make it. So we just finished the Dharma series. That was on the 21st of October 2022. This is one of the sessions in between. So this was first published or broadcast with the live group on the 28th of October 2022. And this is a recording of the session. So just an opportunity to look at other aspects of mindfulness outside of the different series that we do. So this particular session is, there we go. We're going to explore impermanence. So that's one of the principles of the Mindfulness Cafe is kind of our relationship to impermanence, which is living with change and deeply embracing uncertainty. I've recently had a bereavement in my family of someone very important in my life and had a big impact in my life. So, that sort of brings me to think about the impermanence of our lives and the impact of, this is very direct. We don't often talk about this, is that we will, one day this life as we know it will come to an end and we will transition, whatever our beliefs are, whether we believe in continuation or we believe that it's the end. Either way, it's a transition and it's a change, and it's something that none of us know when that's going to happen or how that's going to happen. So something about embracing the impermanence of life, that's the big one when we know that we're going to die. But also impermanence, and in Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist terms, they're sort of called bardos, I suppose. They're different um, uh, levels of consciousness of like continual phenomena rising and falling again, and each one of those is kind of like embracing the raw uncertainty of life. You could say that this particular session has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So there'll be an ending even within the period of doing this mindfulness session together. And it's kind of like are we aware of that? But also we can get really fixed to things. I know I do. I mean, this is my perpetual work, is to get fixed to things such as beliefs or attitudes or assumptions that I hold about the world and how I perceive reality. And what I'm learning is that the lighter that I hold these perceptions and beliefs, the easier my life becomes. I mean, that sounds ironic, right? But the easier and freer I become. And that really is about embracing uncertainty and living with impermanence. It can be, beliefs and attitudes that no longer serve us. And, it's an invitation for some self-compassion, because often, those beliefs and attitudes and assumptions come from a place where, they serve to protect us. They're often learned as children. They may be ancestral family patterns, which is fine too. But at some point, we can choose to let them go and live in a different place. We can declutter, if you like, declutter our emotions. We can choose to stop blaming. We can choose to stop living in resentment. We can choose to stop holding on to anger, which I think is like, perpetual resentment really is anger. Perpetual anger is what shows up as resentment. I'm not saying we won't feel that emotion of anger, but allowing it to rise and fall again really has a positive impact on our mental health and emotional health and well-being. So, there's an invitation here just to have a pause and evaluate, what do you choose to release over the next 7 days. This particular session also coincided with coming up for a new moon, and that's also a good time to do a release. And you can think about your purpose as a North Star of guidance. So it's kind of linked a little bit to the Dharma series of like, when you think about your purpose, what do you need to let go of? Release an attitude, a mindset, a frame, a perspective you might need to release to allow you to live more purposeful, to live more towards your North Star. So invitation to pause just for a moment and just reflect. What can I potentially release? Beautiful. So, making an assumption that you've paused and had a little reflection there. That's great. It's kind of like insightful. I often feel a little bit of relief when I know that I can let something go. And my body, my shoulders usually relax. That's often where I hold the tension in these part of my body here. So that relaxation can help. So we're going to, dive straight into. I wanted to have a longer practice as well, less of me talking and more an opportunity for you to practice. Dive into your mindfulness practice here. So again, we are following those first two, which are about the setup, allowing you to really get into your body and start to relax. And then the third one is, breathing in, I let go, and breathing out, I let go. And it's really is an opportunity just to let go. And our mind and body are so connected; they're systemic. So sometimes we may not know instinctively or even logically what you need to let go of. But by relaxing your body, sometimes that can lead your mind. Something will bubble up for you and you'll get a insight into what you may want to release. That's certainly how I often find practice works for me. And then as we release and come home, we are home. This is home. Our body is home. This is where our spirit is hanging out for the time being. So breathing in, I am home, and breathing out, I am home. I think this is such a beautiful practice, this one. I really encourage you to have a 20-minute kind of meditation session or 20 or 30 minutes. Really allow this one to marinate. So I invite you to pause the video now and do your 20 to 30 minute sit. And I will see you on the other side. Have a good practice. Okay, welcome back. I hope you had a lovely practice and really kind of marinated in this one. I like the feeling that final one of coming home. It really is a nourishing practice as well. So it leads us into our thought for the week, and this is from another one of my favourite sages, I suppose, or wisdoms or oracles, is the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. And I think this is so pertinent. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Um, and I know this is it's very close to the bone for me at the moment. I think that's true in death, really. When you let go of what you are, your body, those assumptions, you become the true spirit that you are. And let go, and you let go into another realm. But it's also something we can practice in this life of letting go of our attachments of what we think we are and allowing the uncertainty and embracing the uncertainty to allow us to become what we might be. So the practice for this week is to stop, breathe, release, and go. Stop, breathe, release, and go. So wishing you a wonderful week. And just again say thank you. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for watching this video. And look forward to seeing you again in the Mindfulness Cafe. Okay, go well. Bye for now. Thank you.